You probably think the most intense moment for a man is during intimacy, right? But what if I told you that the moment after is when he's the most emotionally open, the most neurologically bonded, and the most vulnerable he'll ever be around you? Here's the truth most women don't realize. What you do right after intimacy doesn't just affect his emotions, it determines the strength of the bond he feels toward you. That's why in this video, I'm revealing 7 things men secretly crave after intimacy, but almost never say out loud. Stick around. Because once you understand these, he'll feel more emotionally drawn to you than ever before. Hey, beautiful souls, welcome back to Brainy Facts, where we decode what's really going on inside the male mind and help you create the kind of deep connection that actually lasts. If you've ever wanted a man to not just desire you, but genuinely bond with you, this video is your new superpower, so let's get into it. Here's what most people don't know. After intimacy, a chemical cocktail floods a man's brain. Oxytocin, dopamine, even vasopressin, the bonding hormone. But here's the twist. How he experiences those hormones depends almost entirely on what happens next. While women often crave closeness and reassurance after sex, men crave something different. They want something they won't ask for. They crave things that, if ignored, leave them feeling emotionally distant, even if everything else seemed perfect. Let's break down the 7 things he's secretly longing for right after you've shared the most intimate part of yourselves. 1. Silent reassurance. Most women assume that after intimacy, a man is totally satisfied and emotionally full, but here's what no one tells you. He might actually feel unsure, even a little vulnerable. Why? Because for many men, the act of being physically close doesn't automatically confirm emotional connection. They may wonder, was I good enough? Did she feel close to me? Or just satisfied? Is she still attracted to me now that it's over? You see, during intimacy, a man often feels deeply connected, but once it ends, hormones shift. Dopamine and oxytocin drop, and testosterone begins to rise again. This cocktail can create a sudden wave of emotional uncertainty. That's why he secretly craves reassurance, not in words necessarily, but in energy, in your presence, and how you respond to him right after. A soft touch, a knowing smile, or simply turning toward him instead of away. These tiny gestures send one powerful message. I'm still here. I still want you, not just for what we did, but for who you are. It tells him the moment wasn't just physical, it was meaningful. And when a man feels that reassurance, he doesn't just feel wanted, he feels chosen. And trust me, that feeling is what keeps him emotionally hooked. 2. Physical closeness that feels voluntary. Here's a shocker. Many men love cuddling after sex, but they'll rarely admit it, especially if they've been taught that physical affection makes them appear needy or less masculine. So what happens? They crave closeness, but they suppress the desire for it until you offer it freely. A simple move, laying your head on his chest, wrapping your arm around him, or just lightly running your fingers over his skin, tells him, I didn't just enjoy the moment, I enjoy you. And that flips an emotional switch in his mind, because in that moment, he doesn't feel like he was just good in bed. He feels chosen. But here's the important part. It has to feel natural, not robotic, not out of obligation. When your affection feels voluntary, he relaxes. And that post-intimacy relaxation builds the very thing most women crave, emotional connection. 3. Affirmation that he satisfied you. Let's be brutally honest. Men are wired to want to win, especially when it comes to pleasing the woman they care about. It's not just about ego, it's about validation, purpose, feeling needed. After intimacy, what he craves more than a compliment is affirmation. Not fake praise, not over-the-top drama, just simple, warm honesty. Something like, that felt really good. I love how close I feel to you right now. Or even, you know what I love? The way these little phrases go straight to his heart. Because for a man, satisfying you isn't just about the physical act, it's about feeling capable, masculine, trusted. And when you affirm that, especially right after, it tells him, you didn't just take from me, you received me. That's powerful. And it separates you from every woman who left him wondering whether he was ever good enough for space without emotional distance. This one might confuse you because it sounds contradictory. He wants space, but not separation. After intimacy, some men instinctively withdraw a little, not because they're disinterested, but because their bodies are shifting from intense connection to recalibration. Biologically, testosterone dips and oxytocin spikes. That creates a strange internal mix. Connection plus confusion. So what does he crave? He craves freedom to breathe, to reset, but with the assurance that you're still emotionally close. Let him go quiet without assuming the worst. Don't interrogate. Don't ask, are we okay, every 30 seconds. Instead, trust the silence. Let the energy between you stay warm, even if words are few. It's like saying, you don't have to talk. I know where we stand. That quiet confidence makes him feel more bonded than any overanalysis ever could. 5. Emotional safety to be soft. We rarely talk about this, but one of the deepest cravings men have after intimacy is to finally drop the performance. You see, men are expected to be strong, dominant, in control all the time, even in bed. But after sex, something shifts. If he really trusts you, he wants to feel like he can be soft with you. Not weak, not passive, just human. This could look like sharing a childhood memory, admitting he's scared about something, or just closing his eyes while you stroke his hair and say nothing at all. When you allow him to show vulnerability without judgment, you create something rare, a romantic, safe space. And in that space, his attachment deepens. He stops seeing you as just someone he enjoys intimacy with and starts seeing you as someone he could build a life with. 6. A subtle ritual of connection. Humans bond through ritual, even tiny ones. And men, they respond powerfully to small, consistent gestures after intimacy. It could be something as simple as you grabbing his shirt and sleeping in it, bringing him water and smiling while you do, or whispering something you always say after those moments. These little rituals become anchors in his mind. They tell him, every time we connect like this, something good always follows. And the more you repeat these micro rituals, the more he subconsciously starts associating you with comfort, intimacy, and emotional reward. It's not manipulation, it's bonding by design. Remember, men aren't as verbal about their emotions, so they cling to moments more than words. Make the moment meaningful, and he'll always come back to it. And to you, 7, to be wanted, not just needed. This is the one that gets overlooked the most, and it's probably the most important. After intimacy, men crave a feeling that very few women know how to give, the feeling of being wanted, not just needed. There's a difference. Need says, I rely on you. Want says, I choose you. Again and again. After sex, don't just thank him for being there for you. Let your body language, your eyes, your voice all say, I desire you. Not just what you do for me, but who you are to me. Wanting him means pulling him closer without words. It means looking into his eyes and letting him feel seen, not for what he gives, but for what he is. When a man feels wanted, not just physically, but emotionally, he stops running, he starts rooting. And that's when he moves from casual connection to unshakable attachment. If this opened your eyes to how men really think and feel, don't forget to like this video and hit subscribe for more insights that every smart, emotionally aware woman should know. Remember, the moment after intimacy isn't an ending, it's a powerful beginning. Give him what he craves in silence, and you'll have his heart louder than words could ever say. You've got this. See you in the next video.